everyone, my name is Taipian Campbell / Suki Sue, and I'm reporting here to talk about my discrimination. I've come here to talk about how I've been wrongfully done at Chicago Tech Academy and how I didn't receive my diploma because I did a split on stage.
Now, what she said her name was Suki Sue? It's too early in the story, ma'am. A lot of people are saying it's not the split that was the problem. It is the bouncing that she did with the split. Because some people are saying the split was okay. It was the bouncing. I got questions. So I had to go do some digging to try to figure out what happened. Why is she saying that she didn't get her diploma because she did a split? And I go to her page and it says, hello, turn on the news. And she happy and smiling and posing for the camera right now. So I'm like, okay. And then I see that she has this posted on her TikTok account because I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. At the top here, it says, Fox Chicago viral graduation split ends with diploma in hand for Chicago student. Oh, this is a video.
Graduation split the internet. Sparked a huge debate nationwide. Left teen in Chicago without the diploma she says she earned. So after days of controversy, millions of views online, and a face-to-face meeting with the principal, she went back to school. Here's Tia Ewing with an update.
So people in the video were saying, you know, it would have been cool with a split.
Yes.
You did a little split, a little twerk, little booty pop. Any regrets?
No, I do not have any regrets. Honestly, I didn't think it was a fire thing. I thought I was just doing a split, but I apologize to anyone who thought it was inappropriate, and I am truly sorry, but I have no regrets at the same time.
You've seen it on your phone,
the center of an online debate,
on your timeline, in your group chat, the split that stopped a graduation.
Ma'am, it's worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. Ma'am, at this point, I'm surprised they didn't put you in slow motion. They keep playing the same clip over and over with you in your most vulnerable of positions.
Celebratory moment turned Taipian Campbell into a viral sensation. A high school senior dropping into a split and what many online called a twerk. Just before receiving the diploma she spent years working to earn.
This is high school. I thought this was college. So this is a high schooler. Got you.
But that moment made headlines, and it also kept her diploma right out of her hands.
Girl, what's getting me is you got a video of this on your page. Now, I love to see the graduation videos. Like, you look so nice. And then, what is this? This got 1 million views. This is the infamous video. She is walking out on the stage. Lord have mercy, I'm not ready. And she waving and boom, boom, boom. This is a lot, ma'am. This is a lot. This is, oh my God, I almost can't. No, she did look back at it too. I don't got the words. Girl, I said, hold on, sister. This is way worse than I thought. Oh gosh. They said the wave really irritated me. Oh my gosh. Yep, girl, they saying, oh, you thought you was at Magic City? It did. That's what it gave. They said in front of the elders? No. Look, y'all, I agree. I wouldn't even feel comfortable hitting it with the quickness in front of the elders. Man, this ain't the after party of the graduation. Like, were you with your friends and the peers? That would have made more sense. This? Nah. They said, oh, what was you thinking? They said, I wanted to be on your side so bad, sister. They said they getting secondhand embarrassment. So bad. And exactly, they said, baby, you could have saved this for the after party. I agree. Look, I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna agree with that anything but what we seen here on this screen. Ma'am, one more time. Cause I just needed to hit for y'all. I'm just not a fan of this, y'all. I'm not. And I feel like we all got some ratchet in us. We all do. You know, we have our moments. We might let loose a little bit. This, I'm put on my glasses. I'm with the elders. I'm with the elders on this one. And I just gotta ask, cause I had to get it off my screen. Y'all comment down below. Is it these phones? It's doing some of us in. It's, man. And I just wanted to ask while I had better visuals of her because she looks so nice with her cap, about to graduate. And then, do I personally think that's the best time or place to do a split and look back at it? No. But hopefully this is just one of those situations where she went through it, she lived, and she learns.
What made you decide you're gonna go ahead and apologize to her?
Because personally, I can't help how she feels about what I've done. So all I can do is try to amend for it.
5 minutes later, the doors opened, and Campbell walked out dancing and holding what she says she earned. What? Her high school diploma.
No matter what I did, I do deserve this degree. I worked 12 hard, long years just for a diploma. I ended up ultimately apologizing to her and saying, she's been receiving emails about death threats.
For Campbell, this was never about regret. It was about resolution.
What would you tell another student that's graduating?
I would tell another student to be just as outgoing as me. Whatever they feel is right to do on that stage, make sure you do it. You deserve this moment and you've earned it.
And I wouldn't say anything because the way how things looking, some of y'all gonna take it too far. And it has to be said. Anything, do whatever you want on the stage. And I understand people being happy, do a little happy dance. But what's gonna happen next? We're gonna see basketballs on the stage? Like, y'all get what I mean? Basketballs? I'm not talking about the ones that dribble. You know? What's next? Like, we seen the whole banana split, lickety split, no Sunday on the stage. No, we do need some limits. Yeah, and I'm a little torn. I'm gonna be honest, because I understand this is a happy, proud moment for you. You know, you done did some hard time. I'm sure 12 years of school. I remember when I graduated, I was, happy moment. We all can remember what that feels like. But does that mean that we must do that? Like, do certain things in that moment? And I think that is what the debate online is about. The thing that's getting me here with this whole conversation is she is graduating out of high school. What about employment? Now, if you aren't worried about employment, what you do in large groups, such as a graduation or even on social media, might not matter to you. Perhaps you want to be a business owner and you don't have to answer to anyone or care what they think about you. But in the event that that is the case, I think that these sort of things should be considered.
Giving to the crowd before dropping.
And while the internet may still be debating whether the celebration went too far,
It's a lot of 50-50 comments. A lot of people think maybe it was a bit inappropriate and others think that it wasn't anything wrong with it. And I just appreciate everybody for giving their opinion.
the split may have made her famous.
So glad that I was able to finally receive my diploma.
But it's the diploma that will take her where she's going next.
I would definitely say make sure you get the diploma first and then do your dance.
Now we got to go back to the original video where she's trying to explain to us what happened. Man, we seen you live in 4K, and I'm glad she received her diploma. So this is what she is saying about the situation. I don't know if I'm ready.
Now, a quick backstory. I've been telling these people for weeks that I was going to do a split on stage. It was not a surprise. They just thought I was joking. And that's the problem now. Don't think I'm joking because I'm not.
So a premeditated split.
So, yeah. I did my split on stage and I walked across and it was an area where you're supposed to take pictures with your diploma, and the person who was handing out my diploma, she was just looking slow. Well, excuse me, not slow, but she was standing there looking crazy. So I'm like, babe, what are you doing? Give me my diploma. And she's like, I honestly thought that they mixed up my name and didn't have my name in the right order. I didn't even think that she was purposely not trying to give me my diploma at first. And then everyone's telling me, oh, just go back and get it, go back and get it. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me to go back and get the diploma and she's telling me to keep walking. So what do y'all want me to do? So I was just confused. I ended up keep walking across the stage and I was standing there for a minute. I was standing there like, I'm not moving until I get my diploma. I'm not moving until I get my diploma. Why didn't you give me my diploma? So I ended up sitting down. Long story short, everybody's like, sit down, sit down. So I had a seat. I went, sat down, whatever. After I sat down, I was escorted out of the graduation ceremony and I was taken outside by a dean. And I was met with my principal, Shackleford, Miss Shackleford, Zatea Shackleford to be exact. And I was met out there and she was angry, like livid. It was genuine tears in her eyes and her mouth was shaking. She was really, 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 really upset. And she's like, you need to figure out a way how you're gonna make up for this. You're not getting your diploma until you figure out a way how you're gonna make up for what you just did. And I'm like, wait, I have to figure that out or do I have to figure that out?
Honestly, I'm not saying that I can't understand the lady being upset or feeling however she felt for whatever reason she felt that way. But I don't know what was she supposed to do to make her not upset about the fact that she did that split like how she did that split in front of all them folks. And And it blew up online, which she didn't even know was about to happen. Ma'am, what's done is done. All we can do at this point is move forward. And that's just the truth. And honestly, because she graduated already. Like, what they gonna do? Put her in summer school? At the moment, they didn't give her the diploma. What else was supposed to, The best this lady right here on the screen could have did is, ma'am, I'm sorry. I got too carried away. That's all I can think of.
So yeah, this was honestly just a confusing experience. Long story short, I ended up leaving. I didn't even get to do the left to right or right to left with the graduation cap because I was really upset. And then to end this off, the next line of students who went, a girl went up that stage and did a... So let me tell y'all.
Did she get her diploma? Dang, y'all just don't care. Like, so she saw you not get handed the diploma and still went up there and still shook a little leg, shook a little tail feather. I'm trying to understand. Y'all don't learn by, the ones who came before you? Interesting times we're in. Let me hear the rest.
Let me tell y'all something. That girl still received her diploma and everything. But my act, the whole world shut. So yeah, it's been countless of times where I've been punished more than another student just because of me. I think the school has something personal against me. Why? I have no idea. I think it's because I'm happy, I'm glowing, I'm always outgoing, and most of all, I have money.
What? What is going on here? So the other lady, the young lady who was on the stage, what is she like? And maybe she didn't do it to the same extent. I don't know. Ma'am, you was doing a lot. You was up there like it was Magic City. And at the graduation, it's getting me because this is high school. I honestly thought she was talking about college. And let me go to the comments first. And I'm just going to read the comments. None of these are my personal opinions. The first says, who are y'all's parents? Another saying, why would she do this? Another saying, mind you, this is high school graduation too. Oh my gosh. Another saying, a split is one thing. You did a little shaking too though. Another comment saying, no decorum. They said, girl, you did a split and threw mercy, I cannot. Others saying, it's this funny little thing called consequences. And another saying, what do you want us to do? Now, they're also saying, girl, you didn't see what was wrong with that. And other people are saying, this is very inappropriate. Now, I want to say what makes the split wrong, in my opinion, is if she knew she wasn't supposed to do the split and she just did it anyway because she just wanted to do the split. Sometimes people like to be rebellious. They like to test the waters. And I'm not saying that's what happened because it sounded like she told them she was going to do it and she's saying, oh, they thought I was playing. But ma'am, if they told you not to do that on that stage and you went and did it anyway, I think it's fair game whatever happened next. And then they had the right to withhold the diploma. It would make sense for them to withhold your diploma. What's interesting to me about this is on her page still. This happened a week ago, but this is on her page. Her personal page on TikTok. See y'all, 3.5 million views. And on her page also, I think this is when she was talking to the news. What's interesting about all of this is I think a bigger discussion needs to be had with the youth. And I consider her the youth. That's coming up about your digital footprint. It's not talked about enough. And we all went through a stage where we just want to have fun and do whatever, blah, blah, blah. I get it. She's young. What most people her age aren't thinking about is 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. And unfortunately, for a lot of the generation coming up now, actually all of y'all, none of y'all get to escape this. Camera phones are a thing. Social media is a thing. See, back then, when a lot of y'all's moms or grandmas or even your great grandmothers were doing things, it wasn't on camera. Okay? And this is why it's a more important conversation for the youth now, if we're being honest. You have to be very careful. Because now, what if you go to look for a job? What are they going to find when they search your name? They're going to find, you doing the lickety split on the stage. Not only that, the diploma is online. I'm like, y'all, it doesn't really matter if your name is something else on social media. If when you talk to the news and you're posting on social media, your real name, all of that stuff is connected to you. It's pretty easy to find who you are and see your connection with this viral story from when you was in high school, even years after you've graduated. And that's the thing that's important. And you want to know what I think? I don't even think that the conversation about whether the split itself is inappropriate inappropriate or not is the only debate that people are having. I think that's just like the surface level conversation. The reason I think many people feel, hey, this is not an appropriate thing to do, goes back to the fact that the graduation is not just for her. It's not just for one person. And I think that gets left out of the conversation a lot of the time when people do certain things when they're graduating and people are like, why is everybody mad? Let them celebrate however they celebrate. They earned it, let them. And I understand where they're coming from with that. But on the opposite side, I think some people might be seeing this as it's not just about you. Alternatively, some people are like, hey, when it's that person's time on the stage, it is about them. So I believe that's why social media and people are very split about how people act when they walk across the stage. Schools hold graduations for everybody, and you get your one moment to shine, to be acknowledged for your hard work and efforts as you walk across the stage. And it's a proud moment. And maybe in your proud moment, the way you want to be proud and express yourself is with a split. That's your business. But I think that's where the big debate is coming from. So I want y'all to comment, with that being said, what is a graduation supposed to look like? To you, as somebody who might go to a graduation, what is that supposed to look like? Does it look like people having the opportunity to do a split if they so choose? Or does it look like, hey, everybody politely walk across the stage, wave, smile for the picture, grab your diploma, and move on? Now, that's for y'all to argue. And as you will see in the comments, I'm sure some people will say it's fine for her to do that. Some of you may not. You may say, what about decorum? I understand both sides. I really do. My hope is that this doesn't hinder her in the future. I don't think a lot of people who are really young understand the impacts of what they're doing. It looks like like the smile on her face, the happiness. I'm not sure that she gets it all the way, but I hope she does. I hope she does, and I hope other people watching understand the long-term effects. Another thing I think that is worth being discussed is the impact versus the intent in this situation, because I truly don't think that she meant no harm. I really do think she was just trying to celebrate, because in today's world of social media, I have seen many people doing splits, cartwheels, a combo of all of them, jigging after they get off the stage, in groups sometimes, dancing I ain't got time to explain jigging to y'all. And her intent really may just have been to celebrate her moment. But as we can see by how large this got, the impact and or the reality of the situation, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best, because I'm not sure if that girl who did the follow-up that was shaking a little tail feather was doing it because they were trying to copy her or maybe one up her, and they said, well, she did it, so let me do it. Her intent might have been to celebrate, but her impact might have caused copycat behavior. And the way that social media is set up, when people go viral, especially younger people, they're like, oh my gosh, so-and-so did it at their graduation, I'm gonna do that next year. And then you have a whole generation of kids, young adults on the stage doing the lickety-split. And we wondering where it came from. That's the impact. That's the impact. The impact also may be your principal feeling like, hey, this isn't a representation of these kids that we've been teaching. This isn't a representation of our school. This may not be how they want to be represented, but the impact of what you did is bringing eyes to that school in a light that many people might look down upon. Like, if we're being honest, while many people are like, I'm just trying to celebrate my moment, the impact is you might actually be causing a disruption to the ceremony. You might actually unintentionally be taking attention away from your peers, because now everybody's watching you, trying to figure out what's going on with you because you didn't receive your diploma because you just did the split. And they watching security walk you out, or whatever the case may be. I'm sure it was a moment. I'm sure, based off of what I seen, and I almost had to take my magnifying glass, double up the glass combo with the magnifying glass, because there was a lot going on that screen. And I really do say this with love. I just think we have to think about the impact versus the intent. We really do. And that can go for a lot of things in life. It's not just this graduation. Sometimes you don't intend, for example, to hurt somebody's feelings, but you do. You do. It's not what you meant to do. That's what you did. And part of growth is understanding the difference between the two, because they both exist sometimes at the same time. And another thing I want us to really think about in this whole situation is, I know a lot of y'all are like, it was just a quick split. It only lasted a few seconds. Do y'all see how this impact has lasted weeks and it's not going away? That they gonna be, if they talk about a graduation, ma'am, they gonna bring you up. In 2026, you gonna go in the Hall of Fame. You in first place. You in first place. Ma'am, you were on the news for doing a split at a graduation and getting your diploma withheld from you in arguably one of the biggest celebrations and achievements of your life. This is where it went down. The split was a few seconds. The impact of the split, who knows? The internet is forever. And I know many people out there watching her diploma get withheld are probably like, why she didn't just get the diploma? Other principals are just giving diplomas after people do a whole bunch of other stuff on camera and at the graduation. Here's the thing, you can't expect the same results in your situation. And as we can see, for some reason, her stuff was withheld allegedly and somebody else's wasn't. Now, do I think that's fair? No. Do I know if that's 100% true? No, I'm just going based off of what she said. But one thing can be said about specifically her situation is, I think her diploma being withheld was the principal, whoever was holding the way, of trying to gain control of the situation, because clearly it was a lot going on and she wasn't okay with it. And she said, you know what? No, I'm drawing the line in the sand. You're not getting your diploma. You wanted your diploma. I guess you should have acted right. It was too much for me not getting your diploma. And I think many people aren't used to that. And I say this to point out that everybody ain't gonna let everything slide. Now, some of y'all who have just graduated, who may have been able to get away with doing things, are seeing in real time somebody being held accountable for what they did. Whether you agree with how she was held accountable or not, what you saw was somebody attempting to hold her accountable by not giving her diploma. And that's just a thing you continue to go through in adulthood. If you're not meeting a standard, you're not getting whatever it is that you wanted. But I am glad to see that she did end up getting her diploma and that they made amends, which was a happy ending to this story. Because ma'am, 12 years and coming out with nothing because you did a split in a moment's notice of doing a split would have been crazy. Would it have not been? Like, that's crazy. So y'all, I say this to say, if y'all have been working hard to achieve something, I don't care if it's a high school diploma. I don't care if it's you walking across the stage for middle school. I don't care if it's college. If it is a ceremony to celebrate an achievement that not only you have achieved, but other people, your peers, just keep that in mind. Just keep it in mind. And if you want to do whatever you want to do as you walk across the stage, you have the right. I'm gonna say it. You got the right to do it. But there might be consequences for you doing said things. Some of you may be okay with the consequences, some of you may not. So consider those things. I'm not going to tell nobody what to do, because I think sometimes life is the best teacher. It is. But I need to know what y'all think about all this down below, because this is a lot. Do y'all think she was wrong for doing the lickety split, no banana, in the middle of the graduation like that? Do you think that the principal or whoever held back her diploma was wrong for holding it up at the time and not giving it to her when she was walking across the stage? Do y'all think that the way that she was trying to celebrate was appropriate? Or did you see anything wrong with it? Or did you say to yourself, good job, do whatever you want? And what did y'all think about the end where she ended up getting her diploma? Do y'all think that she shouldn't have got it at all? Y'all know what to do in the comments if you want to fight about it. But we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.